What's up guys, welcome back to javaessential.com, and in this video we are going to reverse an string using the recursion. So what we are going to do is we'll see what is the recursion, how the recursion work, and we are going to execute the code in depth using the stack. We'll manually execute the code and we'll see at the end what is the output of our code. So let's just start with the code here. So before starting the code, I have been using here the s.substring, the substring method. So if you don't have any idea, don't worry about it, and I'll just quickly explain it. Suppose my string s will contain Java, and if I am running this code s.substring of 1, so it will slice one character from my input string. My input string is Java, and it will slice one character from it, so it will become AVA. Instead of JAVA, it will become AVA. That's it guys. If I'm passing s.substring as a 1, then it will slice one character from my string. That's it. So here is the code. As I said that few things that we are needed for the recursion call. That is we must have a recursion call. We must have a termination condition. This is really very important for the recursion. Without termination condition, if you you are not even going to run a code, because it will your code won't work. It will goes to infinite loop and your stack will be full. So you must have a termination condition, and your progress toward the goal should be there. So here is the recursive call for us, and this is the termination condition for us. When we are reaches to the last, when we are reaches to the the last of the string, then we'll just terminate our code. So let's just start the execution of the code. So I'm passing the string as a Java. So when I do pass this string as a Java here, what will happen is it calls this method here, the reverse string method, by input string Java. It will check s.length is equal to 0. Not definitely it is not going to be 0. It is not going to run this one. So it will run this line here. Here the recursion start. What it does, we just start from here. What it found is equal to, it found the s.substring of 1. What it will do, it will just slice one character. It will just slice j from here, and what it will do, it will call the same method again. It won't execute this line here, this one here. It will just encounter the subroutine call. The same method has been called, and it will just call the same method with the substring of with just slicing the one character. Oops, sorry, with just slicing the one character. So it's called ABA again. Now what will happen is it has been called with the input ABA. It goes here. It won't execute. It goes here. It haven't executed this one now for the last one, for the last input. Now it goes for this one. It will call the reverse string with the ABA. It goes here. It will check the base condition, or we can say the termination condition. It is going to be false here, so it goes here, and it will again going to slice the one character from it. Here is the ABA as the input. It is going to slice the A from here, and it will going to call the same method again with what? With VA it's only. So it calls this one. Now our control goes to here. Now what it found, it will check whether the length is 0 or not. It is going to again return false here, so it will call this, it will goes here, and it will call the same method again, and this time again it will slice one character from it, so it become A. So each time we are going toward the termination condition, right? Our goal is to reach out till the last character, so we are just proceeding toward that only. So this time it called with the character A. Now it goes to here, and it will check whether the length is 0 or not. So 1 is not equal to 0, right? So definitely it will go here. Now this time when it slices the one more character from here, it becomes empty. So it is going to call this method with an empty string. There is nothing is there. Now this time what will happen is this call the same method. This time s.length is equal to 0. Yes, that is true. So it will return the empty string here. it returns the empty string here. Now these have done its execution. For the first time we are done with execution of this one. Now what it does, it will return s, it will return the empty string yet. From where it get called? It has been called from here. When the termination condition hits in the recursion, it will goes back from where it has been called. So it has been called from here, it will return empty here. So what it will become is equal to, this will become empty for this line, plus this is going to execute the first time. What is the dot caret 0? What is the caret 0 for this one? The caret 0 is equal to a. So it is going to append a into that empty string. So it will become this. Now from where it has been called, it has been called from here, right? So it goes to return its value to this one, and now this will become a plus, what is the caret 0? This line has been still remaining for this one, right? So what is the h dot caret 0? The caret 0 is equal to v. So earlier it is having a is already there, and now we are going to add v here. So it will become a was there, and now I have added v here, and this av, from where it has been called, it has been called from here. Now this will become av plus, what is the caret? Now it will run this line for himself. What is the caret 0? We'll find the caret 0 as a. So earlier it is having av, and now it will add a here. Now ava will return to this one, and what is the caret 0 for this one is equal to j. So it will add j here. So earlier we are having ava, and it will add j here. So here is our input string java, and what we get at the end, just opposite of that string avag, and where it goes to the final call from where we have called it into the system.out.println. So what should be our output here? Output is equal to op is equal to this one. That's it, guys. That is completely everything about the recursion. Let me just quickly run this code and I'll show you the output. Here's the same code that I have put it there. So here is the output. I just have put it one more extra line to explain the substring, because here you can see the substring of one of these input string is equal to that. I'm just and actually I'm using the substring 2, so it will slice the 2 character from it. So just let me just run the code again. Here it is. The output is equal to just opposite of the Java. So that's it, guys. If you have any issue in this code or my explanation, if you are not getting something, so just comment down whatever the problem that you have. I'll try to answer you. And please follow this. If you are not getting this in the first time, just to quickly go through again with this video, because recursion is something that the code is looking very small. This very means just 2 or 3 lines of code, but it is really complicated to run the code. So I will just if you are not getting something, just watch the video again, and if you have some problem, you can mail me, or you can just comment it down here. I'll definitely help you. So thank you, guys. Thank you for watching with this video, and please do subscribe to our channel. I am going to upload more and more videos like this, and few of our videos are only meant for the subscriber. Definitely it is free, but it is meant only for the subscriber. So please do subscribe to our channel. Thank you.
What?